Welcome to South Asia Maps. This is your presenter J. Reddy. South Asia Maps is an intellectual Kshatriya channel, education channel that brings you the knowledge about South Asian region. We are continuing our fascinating journey on partition of India, balkanization of India, vivisection of India, Ulsterization of India, Bharat. A series or a playlist. This is part 21. Today we are going to talk about the 11 provinces, Subhas, the bigger provinces during the British time, the final years of partition independence. Why these 11 provinces are very important? Because their prime ministers or chief ministers played a very crucial role, and you have to have a broader understanding of these 11 provinces to get a complete clarity of partition of Bharat. So that's why I am bringing this presentation to my audience. Partition of India, inching towards the partition, 21st playlist. In the playlist, 11 provinces, round about 1936, 11 provinces of British India. I have talked like ideologically that partition of India was not done by the British. The British were only facilitators. Partition of India was due to Islam, the Saiful Islam, the swordsman of Islam. It is like a Ghazwa and Jihad. It is a continuous process. After partition of India, lot of Hindu nationalists were totally confused. They were not clear, and they were following the same old grooves of blaming the British as a scapegoat. Voice of India think tank intellectuals, 3 people called Trimurti of Hindu awakening, Mahayogi Sri Ram Swarupji and Mahadrishta Sitaram Goyalji and Mahagnani Dr. Coinrod Elst from Belgium. They were associated with this think tank intellectual movement, and they formulated series of doctrinal work that gives a very great clarity that partition of India is due to Islamic ideology. The militant behavior pattern of Muslim proselytes converts is due to the Islamic aggressive belief system. That is very important. We need to keep in mind. Here this gives the entire intellectual, the political and historical contextual map. What are those 11 provinces? Very easy to remember. There are 3 provinces which are Muslim majority. I have identified them here. This is the British Punjab. British Punjab at the time consists of today's Pashchim Punjab in Pakistan, East Punjab, Purbi Punjab in India, Haryanvi speaking territory, and Kangri and Hindi and Pahadi speaking Himachali territory. That is a British Punjab. And Khyber province, or northwest frontier province, it is a Pashtun speaking area. And other Muslim majority province were Sindh province. So there are 3. These are Muslim majority provinces. Bengal was also Muslim majority province. 3 here, the central united provinces of Agra and Oudh, the nerve center where the demand for Pakistan formation came from. The Urdu movement, Aligarh movement, separatist movement, all these events happened in the united provinces. So we have 3 here, and Uttar Pradesh 4th. Erstwhile the Bengal presidency in 1936 has 4 provinces, that is Bengal itself, Assam, then Bihar and Orissa. You have 4 here, 8. Remaining 3 are southern provinces, you can see, that is central provinces and Bombay presidency and Madras presidency. So how these provinces happened is a very complicated historical process. British started the trading posts and factories and fortified towns. They were at Surat, later moved to Bombay, then Madras, then across the river Hooghly, Bhagirathi river and Calcutta. There were many, but these solidified and emerged as the presidencies. Madras Presidency, Bengal Presidency, Bombay Presidency. In 1936, Bombay Presidency, Sindh division was bifurcated, designated as a separate province. So originally there are three provinces only, presidencies. This Bengal is a very big presidency, from which United Provinces and Punjab was separated after Sipai Mutiny. In 1905, Pashtun-speaking districts of Peshawar, Chersedda, Navsera, Kohat, Bannu, those areas separated, designated as a Northwest Frontier Province or Sarihad Province or Pakhtunkhwa today. So from Punjab, Frontier Province was bifurcated. From Bombay Presidency, Sindh Province was bifurcated. From Bengal Presidency, United Provinces of Agra and Awadh. United Provinces of Awadh and Agra, later called simply UP, later called Uttar Pradesh, were bifurcated. Then from the Bengal proper itself, the Bengal and Assam, the Bihar and Orissa were bifurcated. That is, there were company rule was replaced by the crown rule. We see the major three presidencies: Madras Presidency, Bengal Presidency, Bombay. From Bengal, there are three more provinces were bifurcated. Bengal, that is the Bihar, Orissa and Assam, three dots here. From Punjab, Frontier Province was bifurcated, and we have the Central Province and the United Province. From Bombay, Sindh Presidency. Most of these provinces in the Bengal region was bifurcated or trifurcated by 1935 Act. That's why you see the Sindh separation 1936, Bihar formation 1936 and Orissa Utkal formation 1936. Previously, Bihar, Orissa and western part of Bengal were one presidency. So, the 1936-37 poll were conducted, provincial elections. The results were declared in 1937. The 11 provinces are very important because the Pakistan resolution was moved by the Premier of Bengal, Fazlul Haq Ghazi, the jihadi. It was supported by the Premier of Punjab, Sir Sikandar Hayat Khan. It was opposed by Allah Bakhsh Samro, the independent party leader from Sindh. So all these events will play a very, very critical role. The demise of the Premier of Punjab, Sikandar, and assassination of Allah Bakhsh Samro created a political vacuum in which the Muslim League and Jinnah came forward. They consolidated their gains when the Congress ministries resigned, protesting against dragging India into the world in 1939 by the Viceroy Crown's representative Linlithgow. All these events are well connected. That's why I am bringing this particular presentation to my audience. 11 provinces you have to keep in mind. So very easy to remember. In the west side, 3 Muslim provinces, majority Muslim provinces: Punjab, Frontier and Sindh, and Bengal. Bengal has a 4 eventually: Bihar, Bengal, Orissa and Assam. Then we have southern provinces: Madras, Bombay, central provinces, Bihar. Of course, the heartland United Provinces. I have many related presentations at my Intellectual Kshatriya channel, South Asia Maps YouTube channel. If you like this presentation, please access this from this side, and I appreciate your subscriptions and comments. There are many 150 or so presentations meticulously made with carefully drawn maps for your intellectual enjoyment. And I am going to present this particular presentation under the playlist. We nearly have 20 playlists or so under Partition 1947. There are 24 or so. So here this shows the British provinces. You can see here this is the Punjab. You have to keep in mind there are also minor provinces like Baluchistan, Coorg province, Ajmer province here, and Pant Piploda in the central India and so on. They are not that critical. They were not directly, and they were controlled by the British direct rule, but ruled by commissioners or assistant commissioners, chief commissioners or agents. But elections were not conducted, so I have not mentioned. So 11 provinces are important. These 3 here and 4 in the Bengal region and United Provinces, 3 in the southern region. So the remaining are indirectly controlled territories, mostly Kalat Princely State and Rajputana, Nizam's territory, Vadaya's territory, and Travancore, Cochin, Pudukkottai, and so on. So this is the Schwarzberg Atlas, a very authentic atlas where you can see the Madras Presidency here, the Bombay Presidency, Sindh division here, then the historic Bengal Presidency region, the Bengal, Assam, and Utkal, Orissa, and Bihar, and the United Provinces, and British Punjab, later the frontier province, and so on. So this is about the 11 provinces. This is the series we are talking about, the partition of India, inching towards the partition of India, where understanding, having a clear concept of the 11 provinces will help a lot to conceptualize, think how that earth-shaking events happened in 1940s. Independence was not important, partition was the critical, because the Congress leadership genuflected in front of the Saiful Islams and Jinnah. They hide that fact and presented to the India that independence was very important. Independence was going to come anyway. The British, by the World War II time, already decided they want to decolonize the entire empire and confine themselves to their governance. So, thank you very much. This is your presenter Reddy at South Asia Maps. See you later at other presentation.